This topic is going to talk about data log. By using data log can allow the users to record the register values. Users can save the log to the destination they choose. Using the historic trend can see the data log that previously saved. Using the historic data selector can choose which log users want to see. Select data log. Double-click the data log which wants to edit. Address, set the type of the logged address to sequential or random. Number of addresses, set the number of addresses for the data log group to log. Occurrence, set the number of times data log group logs data. Execution condition, sets the condition to execute data logging. When buffer is full, set the action to take when the data log group has completed the number of data logging set in occurrence. Address, set the address of the data log. Gain and offset, can change the HMI displayed value. Precision, set the amount of decimal places shown. Format, set the format of the output file. Destination, set the destination of the output file. Export mode, set the time to export the file. File name and suffix, set the name of the exported file. Date and time, set the display format of the date when exporting files. Status address, set the saving address of the error code. Select and drag the historic data selector to the screen. Double-click the historic data selector. Data log ID, set the ID of the data log group to display. Address, set a register as an address. Select and drag the historic trend to the screen. Double-click the historic trend. Data log ID, set the ID of the data log group to display. Source, select the historic trend source. Mode, select the historic trend display mode. File address, set the register value corresponds to the position of the file in a path. No of curve, select the number of curves up to a maximum of 32. Y source, set the source for the Y value of the curve. Axis setting paging can set the color, range, and division. Start-stop state address, set such that the data block graph will start-stop at the specified address. Only the display unit's internal memory is supported. Users can control the register to change the scale and range of X and Y. Start updating the curve. Stop updating the curve. Clear the curve, but the data recorded in the data logger will be retained. Those sub-switches are control how to display the trend. Search, perform a search of a time curve. Load, if the source of the historic trend is file, a dialog window will appear, displaying the file source. Select and drag the historic data table to the screen. Double-click the historic data table. Data log ID, set the ID of the data log group to display. Source, select the historic trend source. File address, set the register value corresponds to the position of the file in a path. Auto scroll, when the auto scroll switch is on, the table will automatically scroll to the location of the newest data. Save all data in data log. Load, if the source of the historic trend is file, a dialog window will appear, displaying the file source. Search, perform a search of a time curve. Select the compile which is in the project. Select simulation and choose offline. By using data log can allow the users to record the register values. Using the historic trend can see the data log that previously saved. All the data log function works properly.